What was that, sir?
That's not human! That's not human!
Henry County 911, what's the address of your emergency?
I'm driving on 210. I just crossed the Black River, and I thought I saw a guy standing on the side of the road bleeding. I'm kind of in the middle of the woods at the moment.
Yes, sir, I'm familiar with the area.
What the?
What was that, sir?
That's not human! That's not human!
Sir, are you okay, sir?
Whoa.
There's something in the back of my truck!
That's way more intense than what I thought it would be. Wow. And this is actually a real 911 call.
Pender County is a vast, big county. We've got around 900 square miles. On the east part of the county, we have the Atlantic Ocean in a more populated area. We have rivers that come through our county. And then we have what I call the country, which is the western part of the county. And that's where the area of Curry and the Moores Creek National Battlefield is located.
Okay, so this is Curry, North Carolina right here.
Our office has somewhere around 160 some employees. We have about 90 sworn deputies and about 13 detectives. Curry is an area on the western side of our county. It has a few small stores, residences, and about 11 o'clock p.m. that evening, a call came into our 911 dispatch of an individual standing on the side of the road, and it appeared to be bleeding. Now, he stated he was traveling 55 or 60 mile an hour, so I can see how traveling at that speed in the dark, it would be difficult to exactly identify what he saw. It is very hard to listen to that call, to that 911 tape, without becoming somewhat unnerved. It actually bothered me the first time that I heard it.
Yeah, I would imagine. I want to bring it up here. So this highlighted area here, Pender County right here. The actual call.
Henry County 911, what's the address of your emergency?
I'm driving on 210. I just crossed the Black River, and I thought I saw a guy standing on the side of the road bleeding.
Okay, where are you at, sir?
I'm on 210. I just crossed the Black River. I'm heading towards 53 East. I just passed Patriots Watch.
Okay, so you're over near Moores Creek?
Yes.
Okay. And did you saw a man standing on the side of the road?
What the?
What was that, sir?
That's not human! That's not human!
Sir, are you okay, sir?
Lock
There's
in.
something in the back of my truck!
Okay, what's in the road?
No, it's not in the road. It's in my truck. In the bed.
There's something in the bed of your truck?
Yes, ma'am. I just turned on my bed lights for my truck, and there's something in my bed.
Okay, sir, when you say something, what do you mean?
I just knocked it off of the bed of my truck and went over my roof.
Okay, what was it?
According to the CAD notes and the deputy reports, this thing jumped into the back of his pickup truck and began to actually beat on the top of the cab of his truck. You could actually hear something beating on the top of the truck. The caller stated that it was beating and scratching on the top of the cab of his truck. He actually stated that he was able to engage his bed light and was able to somewhat identify this object that was in the back of his truck. At some point, he was able to slam on his brakes, and the force of inertia actually threw this thing out over his hood and onto the highway, where this thing stood up in the roadway, made its way to the wood line, and disappeared in the woods.
Well, I'm calling 911 after I see him to report that, because for all I know, it could have just been a normal guy that was injured and needed emergency help. It looked like what had happened is he hit his head on something.
Okay.
And the blood was just pooling down over his face and torso.
Okay.
And well, as I was calling, you know, everything seemed perfectly normal. Just quick phone call to 911, let them know, hey, there's a guy out here. Well, as you know from the 911 call, right as soon as I reported that, I already had my window up at that point. All of a sudden, I heard a massive bang on my truck, and my truck bounced down from the rear. I turned on my my bed light, and I looked in my rearview mirror, and all I saw was this white, like snow white face right up against my rear windshield, like it was looking into my truck trying to see what it could see. It had shallow sunken eyes. It had no nose. Just think if you took skin and put it on a human skull and stretched it thin. Couldn't see any ears, just that. And immediately I just started screaming. I didn't realize until afterwards that I had said that's not human on the call. All I had was a wood splitting axe. That's all I had. And I slammed on those brakes with all my might, and all I see is super scrawny long body just fly over my truck in a ball rolling. And as I'm swerving to the left, I see it stand up, and it is easily taller than that truck.
No way.
I'm 5'10". The truck is about 2 inches taller than I am. And this thing was easily like maybe 7 feet.
Wow.
It looked like somebody took a normal human and stretched them out, starting with the limbs.
Wow.
What?
It like abnormally long legs and
Like Slender Man? That's weird.
arms, and it just took off into the woods.
That's
And
weird.
I just said, nope, I'm out of here. I'm not staying to figure out what this is. Well, next thing I know, the state troopers show up at the gas station. I tell them what happened. They proceed to look at my truck, look in the bed of the truck, look on top of the cab. And on top of the cab, clear as day, you can see like it was scratching trying to get into my truck.
Really?
What?
Those stuck out because it looked like it had landed like this and just ripped backwards. I still remember the jolt of the
Damn.
truck, the fear, everything. I remember pretty much everything just in that one moment. I looked at the truck the next morning. Sure enough, scratch marks are right there on the roof of the truck.
What were the reaction of the law enforcement officers that showed up?
The law enforcement officers, when they showed up, they were skeptical.
Obviously.
I was still in fight or flight when they told me, hey, can you go back and show us? Because I did not want to go back at all.
I don't blame you at all. I don't blame you.
I still refuse to drive through that area at night because
I would imagine.
I don't know what I saw. I don't ever want to see it again.
The caller remained on a 911 call with my dispatcher. He stated he was traveling towards 421 to Johnson's Corner, where he met a deputy and a highway patrol. Judging by the distance and the time that it would have taken him to travel that, the timeline definitely matches up. Once our deputies in the North Carolina State Highway Patrol arrived at the scene of Johnson's Corner on 421 and made contact with the caller, our deputy spoke with him some. At that point, the Highway Patrol took over that investigation because it was a traffic-related incident. I don't know for sure what he saw or what he experienced that night, but it was obvious that he was distraught on the 911 call. I'm afraid it's probably just one of those things in this world that we may not ever know the answer to.
We have no idea what he saw that night. We have no idea what it was that jumped in the back of his truck. We just don't know. And we'll see you next time on Carolina Case Files.
Damn, that's crazy.